Hello everybody, this is Ronar, and welcome back to another episode of Beyond Legendary. Today we are here to raid a UFO with a small squad. Now there is a lot of enemies on this UFO, so we have to take this very carefully. A big portion of the enemies will be a large 8-man command pod, and we are going to be getting ready to take care of that using our trench gun shotgunner or our flamethrower person. We need to set up a very good flamethrower that can hit as many of the command pod as possible. So let's get ready for this. Let's make sure that we are moving safely here. I just had a stream where I squad wiped on a troop column where there was like, I think there was like an 11 enemy activation and all of them were boss units. So I just want to be a little bit careful here. Make sure I don't take any steps that get us killed. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to start heading over to the UFO and get vision of it. That was a misclick right there. Should be okay though. And yeah, let's get to the UFO. Try to get the location of the command pod. We should also scout out what all the other enemies are. Try to get a tally of all the enemies. This is not a timed mission, so we should take this nice and slow. This is going to be an incredibly tough mission unless we set this up correctly. Ideally, we are able to set it up correctly, but it's going to take a long amount of time just camping around and just trying to set up for the perfect flamethrower against the command pod. And even if we do get the perfect flamethrower, it might still be tough, depending on how many other enemies are nearby while that happens. We are most likely going to have to run up to the UFO. But since this isn't a timed mission until we break concealment, we should really be scouting out. If this were a stream, I would be kind of just rushing through the UFO and just trying to get to the action, but this isn't a stream, this is a video, so I can cut out all the boring parts for you guys, if there are any boring parts. Something down here, let's go do a quick scan. Nothing, alright. Nothing over there for now.
Will do.
Let's keep on moving forward. We did hear the noise coming from this angle, so just gonna try and peek past the bridge, get an idea of where the enemies might be.
You know how much I hate traveling by
I kind of like this map. It's a very unique type of map. This is one that is not found in vanilla. This is a custom-made map. Part of the Beyond Legendary map packs. A very unique type of position here. This bridge, so vanilla maps tend to have a lot of half cover all over them within blue movement range, but this bridge is so hard to move forward on. If you have like a sniper down here, you could actually go to town on enemies down on this bridge, but we don't have any snipers, so unfortunately we will not be able to enjoy those benefits. I'm gonna wait till the scouting protocol comes back up, and then I'm going to run forward again.
Headed there now.
For now, we'll just have our entire squad just
Okay.
kind of stick together a bit. That was once again another misclick. I keep misclicking with always gonna throw there.
I'm on it.
Yeah, the noise is coming from like this angle, not exactly towards the UFO. So that means there's something very close to us, either like here, maybe up there. We're gonna have Eula toss out another scouting protocol right about here. Well, at the very least, the bridge is safe. I want to start getting up on top of the bridge. That way I don't have to worry about making contact by accident later when there's an actual group of enemies up there. These things are very well scouted right now.
Double time.
Okay then. Be patient.
What's making that noise?
Wait for more enemies to show up.
Got eyes on a hostile squad.
Oh, that's a big group. Hold up. That's a very big group. Can I actually get vision of them without... This is safe. Yeah, it's safe. That is particularly large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think there's any 7 pods out there in the code. This might be the command pod itself, which is really strange because command pod usually doesn't show up out here, I think.
On the
more
move.
vision around here. That might be the command pod. Weird.
Fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's the command pod. If they all move together, then we'll know for sure. We will know for certain once we see them moving. I'll move here just for safety. I don't trust that tile there. I'm feeling really nervous right now since all our people just finished dashing. We have like no moves left. Our butts are just flapping in the wind. Can you guys come forward? I could just flamethrower all of these guys right now. Gotta hit my turn. I always forget that the roboticist has an extra action there. Wait, this might actually be incredibly ideal for us. Wait a second. Oh, this flamethrower is amazing. Wait, this flamethrower is amazing. I think I have to take that. Oh, I think I'm taking that. That's too amazing not to do, I think. Do we rather go for the sectoid or the sidewinder? I think the sectoid is a little bit more dangerous because it can control us. The sidewinder does damage, but it's weird because in regular Long War 2 I'd kill the things that do damage, but in Beyond Legendary I'm more scared of the things that do control.
Kyber Corp style.
Alright, we're taking this. We have to. It's just offered to us, right? Like, you just have to take it when the game offers you this.
We just picked up an outbound signal coming.
Alright, here comes the Sidewinder. Now, I don't remember if I've introduced this enemy type before, but it's basically a snake. It's the same as our stealth snake, actually. So we have this unit on our team. Now, when the enemy uses it, it's more of a hit-and-run flanker type unit. It will have bonus damage when flanking your units usually, and it comes with Shadow Step so it can avoid overwatches. Now, I need to kill that snake somehow, and I think this spot right here should be a pretty good spot for killing that snake. I also need to kill this grub that's kind of watching us right now. That Stun Lancer did not get burned. This guy's a bit of a threat to us. This Lancer is burned. The Sectoid is burned. That Sectoid is burned. That Lancer is not burned, so we need to take care of that Lancer. How do I kill that Lancer without triggering more stuff? I have a 50% against him. I'm really worried about that Lancer. We do need to kill that thing. One option is I can use Bonsai to swap in. And Bonsai is immune to burn, so this will be like 2 birds with 1 stone. I can also kill off the Purifier possibly with a shotgun shot. And Bonsai is immune to burn, so we're not scared if we fail to kill the Purifier. And we have the Armor Protocol if we need to guard you against any other groups out there. We've encountered 8 enemies right away, and I'm pretty sure there's got to be at least like 1 or 2 pods in here. So this base should be pretty safe for us to just teleport in and stop that Lancer from doing anything. The other option is we have a Flashbang to run up and toss against that Stun Lancer. That's another fine option too. But that doesn't stop the Purifier from killing us, and I really, really badly need to stop the Purifier from killing us. So I'm fairly certain the right choice here is... Oh, let's actually swap with the Purifier and kill the Lancer. That's actually probably a bit more intelligent. There we go. Excellent work. Right behind these guys, and we can try to knock out that Lancer. Oh!
Not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Alright, if that's the case, we will have to flashbang that guy then. Yeah, we'll have to flashbang that guy then. I'm gonna bring down our shotgunner to try and kill off that snake. Do I take the shotgunner or do I take the handgunner? Probably the shotgunner. Yeah, pretty sure Eula comes down here for the snake. So Eula, come right down here. Most of these enemies are burned and under control. This should be fine. Let's try to knock out that snake for us, please. Beautiful work, snake down.
Swallowing my pride would be too great a
Now,
challenge.
if you look over here, these guys have the Viscous Accelerant debuff, so they're not only taking the 1 to 3 damage from the burn, that damage gets boosted by 1, so they're actually taking 2 to 4 damage. They'll be burning for 2 rounds, which means they're taking at least 4 damage minimum, so this Sectoid is dead without a chance to react. That Lancer is dead without a chance to react. This guy might be dead unless he burns for 1 tick only. So I'm mostly scared about the remaining guys up here. I really badly need to get that Lancer, so I'm going to come down here and flashbang that guy. This should be an okay spot here. Get the field, of course. I just stealthily take out these guys. That flamethrower worked out exactly the way I wanted it to. I wished I could get that priest also, but unfortunately I can only get one of these guys. I have to get that Lancer at least, so let's do that. And then finally we're going to armor protocol on Bonsai for safety. Because Bonsai will be taking hits from that Lancer up there. Everyone else over here is facing these guys with cover, so they're okay. The grub does regenerate, I believe, so it might not die from the burn. I might need to kill it. 2 to 4 damage. It's not guaranteed to die. I either kill it with the handgun or I kill the priest. I'm not sure which one I do yet, though. Just kill it. Makes it a bit safer. There we go. The sectoid burned for 3, so it's gonna die next round from that other burn. Excellent. All the boss units are dead, though. That's so good for us. This priest is gonna be a bit annoying, though. He's got that stasis ability. This purifier is coming up next round, so I do need to do something about him. And unfortunately, the person I was planning to use against him is down right now.
Monster.
Worst case, the purifier gets to live, I guess.
This armor's pretty tough.
There we go. That armor is helping us out here. I heard a door open up there, so there is another pod in that direction. And I heard a fence over there open, so just be careful about that. There's more stuff in that direction. So you're dead. I just need to take care of the priest and the Lancer. Be very careful about this area. A fence did open down there. I do need this Lancer dead, though. If I have to, I will run down here just to kill him. 2 to 4 damage only, though. I'm also worried about this purifier. How do I get rid of him? I don't think I can. At least not easily. There's a bit of a strange bug going on where I can't step into that tile. I think this part of the map wasn't made properly. I think you're supposed to be able to stand here and take that as half cover, because it does count as half cover facing this way, so I don't see why you couldn't stand there. Something about that part of the map is a little bit messed up. Okay, I really, really badly want that Lancer dead. I'm probably just going to go for the, yeah, I think I have to go for the kill against him somehow. Somebody else needs to deal with that purifier, but I really don't know how we're going to take care of him. When that time comes, I'll get to it. Are they out there yet? I don't think so. Do I have a scouting protocol, maybe? I do have a scouting protocol, but I need someone to kill this thing. And Eula's the only one that can reach. I think you just have to go up here blind. If there is something up there, Bonsai is at least in cover facing this way, and we'll be able to give you an armor protocol. Good, there we go, we're safe. Finally finish off this guy that we needed to take care of last round. This armor protocol strategy is actually quite fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. Let's bring Eula all the way up to here. And we're gonna take a shot against this guy. Now, this guy can explode in our faces, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna armor protocol Eula just in case he self-destructs, I think. Is that what we're doing? There's like it's really hard to get to a good position around here, is the problem. This guy's flamethrower doesn't really do much damage against the purifier, unfortunately. I can stand you over here, and I think that should be safe. Now, the blast canister, that allows us to damage this guy. It doesn't do burns, it does explosive damage. So this should be fine.
I'm here to kick ass and play card games. I love cards.
Only 1 damage, not very good. Alright, Eula, you're probably gonna eat a flamethrower to the face if you don't get this kill, so you're just gonna take this armor protocol on Eula. There we go. 2 armor on her, and I'm also gonna back this guy off so he doesn't get blown up. Just in case he does. I'll keep you like here so you can pick up that loot. A huge portion of our team is going to get flamethrowered here, I think, if we don't get this kill. Try your best, Eula. Oh, nice shot, Eula. No explosion either. Alright.
Swallowing my pride would be too great a challenge.
Not too shabby. And then all that's left is this fellow up there. I can't get him this round, though, so we're just going to, reposition a bit so we can get ready to kill him next round.
Let's go.
In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand you right up here next to the sectoid, so when it dies, if it drops any loot, I don't have to invest any action points into getting it next round.
2, 3, 4.
No loot, unfortunately. Nice try. Stasis has ended, and we get to take care of the command pod nice and clean here. Uh-oh, here comes a mind control, though. I don't like that. Oh, and it succeeded. Oh, I don't like that one bit.
Can't think.
Okay then, what are we doing here to deal with that? One option is just back off and wait it out. The mind control is 2 rounds, so I could just wait it out. If I back up though, the priest is just gonna start shooting Bonsai Warrior a lot. There is another group of enemies right behind this guy. I don't know if I can actually get to him. Another issue is if I fail to get the kill against this thing, because he has like the stasis perk. If he gets that 1 HP stasis perk active, I believe this person stays mind controlled. Maybe not. I don't actually remember how that works. But the main thing is, I don't know if I can get the kill properly. So what do we do if we can't get the kill? I think we just back up, right? Pretty sure that's the only other option available to us. Let's back up with everyone, get as far away from the action as possible, and try not to get killed by that priest. Maybe we'll take some shots against him. Got like a 38%. We could take like some pot shots at him. I really don't want to get hit by Bonsai though. That'll really suck if we get hit by that. So I'm actually gonna back up here and just hide. I think hiding is the right call here. The stress beacon is
1, 2, 3, 4.
still active. I'm a little bit worried that the group up there is going to activate. I don't know if I can fight them yet. Just a little bit worried about that. Take this time to reload your flamethrower. You're gonna need that ammo most likely. Do not overwatch, because you might end up overwatching your teammate by accident, and that would be incredibly bad. Alright, this is our last armor protocol. I'm gonna try to use it at a more appropriate time than now, even though I would like to be able to just use it. Oh yeah, he's just gonna try to down Bonsai, I think. Not looking good. Nice 0% shot. I know, I'm trying to help you out there, but it's not looking like we have a good opportunity here, though. And I know there's a group right back there, which makes me even more nervous about moving up. Let's put you back here and see if we can get a hollow target against this guy. Start trying to get some chip damage off against him. Next round, Bonsai should be back up and available for us. I really hope he doesn't down Bonsai, because that would really, really suck. I would give Bonsai the armor protocol, but unfortunately this only works for the, for allies.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, just continue trying to tag him with some damage. Strike. And I'm going to move you... I want the flamethrower guy a bit closer to that group of enemies up there. They're about to come in, and I want to get ready to take care of them. Keep your head down. Maybe we throw a grenade? Okay, pretty sure.
Until that time, I'll just stand here and pretend I don't have a boner.
We know that there's another group over there. Distress Beacon is coming up in 9 rounds. I'm gonna slowly get Eula just a little bit closer to the objective. Eventually she'll have to go try and grab it. Just be patient here. Okay, good. Bonsai's still up. And Bonsai is just gonna continue missing. Excellent. I believe we get you this round or next round.
Advent forces sighted.
Oh, nice, we got you this round. Along with a whole group of enemies back. Oh my goodness. Let us pretend that we never saw these guys. I don't know if they'll activate if I take an action. I'm kind of scared. Oh no, what do we do? They're gonna activate if we take this action. And we're out of ammo on you too. Oh, this is an awkward position. Would I rather swap you up this way and fight these guys? Or fight these guys? These guys look a lot scarier, I think. They're also further behind us. If I teleport this way, we get closer to the objective. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna swap you up here and hope that the guys down there don't activate.
Advent troop spotted.
And that teleport does give you a reload because we have this ability called Psychic Reload. Every time we use a teleport ability or a Psychic ability, we do get a free reload. I believe that didn't activate them, luckily. Hopefully. Now, what do we do with Bonsai to keep Bonsai alive? I think we need to use an armor protocol this round. Almost definitely we need to use the armor protocol, I think. If we can get a flamethrower, that would be pretty awesome, but the flamethrower is a bit out of reach for us right now. I don't think I can reach that Viper this round. We do have Always Gonna Throw and their ability to go stealth. I think we stealth up to the enemies and kill them next round or something. Or at least try. Eula needs to start making her way towards the objective. This is 11 enemies so far, and then plus the group back there, that's 16. So I think that's just about all the remaining enemies on the map. We should be getting ready for Eula to run in here and just grab the objective next. Now, what do I do with Bonsai? I'm so worried for Bonsai right now. Bonsai is just not in a good spot here. Between medkitting, running back here, and activating Armor Protocol, I'm not sure what the right option is. Armor Protocol isn't even that helpful against Gunner, because Gunner can still just do a bunch of damage. The right option is probably to drop down to here and just hide for a bit. I think drop down here and Armor Protocol is the right call here. I could also get over here and do a Shield Bash. And then Armor Protocol. It's okay if this guy shoots at you, because Armor Protocol will eat most of that damage, although the Gunner shot and the Viper's attack might be enough to down you, though. I think the right call is drop down here. Okay, we'll probably do that. Let me just figure out what else we need to do here. I need to get Simov as close as possible so Simov can get ready to kill the Advent Trooper. There's actually a decent chance that this snake just drops down here and binds you, so I might need someone up here to like assist with helping you escape. Someone else around here needs to start killing that priest down there. That might actually be your job, because I really badly need that priest dead before he wakes back up again. Yeah, I think I take that shot. You're the only person that has ranged actions right now, so you're the only person that can kill the priest without activating those guys down there. It just makes so much sense for you to be the one to do this, I think. Beautiful crit right there. Hopefully we can knock him out in 1 or 2 more rounds. I'm gonna start getting my flamethrower guy all the way up here, as well as my shotgun persons. I think Eula is gonna come up to here. She's also going to Armor Protocol. Does Bonsai need the Armor Protocol? You might not, since you're hiding down here. I don't think these two can get you, so at worst the snake just tongue grabs you, and then, what if the snake shoots? It might just shoot. I might need the Armor Protocol just for safety. Here, let's start running these guys up.
More speed.
Just cover some distance around here. And we'll try to position as aggressively as possible against this team so we can crush them in the next round.
Alright,
Set up Bonsai to be defensive over there, and I think I'm gonna go for the armor protocol just for safety. I think if we don't go for the armor protocol, Bonsai risks dying. Next round we'll be able to actually medkit her up and keep her alive. But this round is kind of just a all-in, get up to these enemies and take care of them round. And interestingly enough, the Viper just goes straight for the guy that's right next to them. Just puts itself in complete danger. I feel like that's a bit of an oversight in the Viper AI. Suppression from that guy's kind of annoying though. Who can take care of the snake? Can you get the snake? No, but you can kill your own ally. Does that count? You've got a shot on the snake, but you have to run that Overwatch if you want to escape it. I kind of don't like that, but this is probably the best move we've got here, so I might have to do it. I really wanted to kill that priest with you, but it might be your job to kill the Viper, actually. Oh, this is such a good opportunity to burn that guy's sustain ability, but I'm currently locked down by this guy here. Maybe you can get him. Maybe you can just medkit and shoot. Okay, then if that's the case, then I guess it is your job to go for the Viper then. I don't even have a good shot against it. Why is their accuracy so poor? Because of how much dodge stat it has, I think. Does it still have dodge stat if I activate Nightfall? Okay, our shot is a little bit better if I activate Nightfall. I'm gonna bring you a little bit further down this way. Try your best. Don't mess this up. Beautiful shot right there. Oh, that was amazing. And that is going to allow us to take care of this guy nice and easily here. I think you can kill this thing. Alright, finish it off. Beautiful work. Snake destroyed. Nice Illyrian core and alien data cache. Now then, Bonsai, you over here. You heal yourself up so you don't die anymore. And, did we just try to kill this guy? Maybe a shield? It's probably a best opportunity to get rid of him though. I should probably take that shot. You can't even get punished for trying to kill that guy. Alright, well, we tried. 11 enemies, 5 enemies. That should be the last group of enemies, I think. We got 7 more rounds. I should probably stick around to help out our teammates. Maybe I like dash up from the side so I can get ready to kill them from the back sides. I like that idea. Let's do that. Never mind, I hate this idea. This is the worst idea I've ever come up with. Oh goodness, that's not good. Oh goodness, that's not good. There is a drone ready to stun somebody. Not good at all, not good at all. Wait, how many enemies is that? This is 15 plus 5. Is that 20 enemies? Hold up a second. That's 20 enemies. Did the game lie to me? It was... Oh geez, okay, that's a lot of bad guys though. That's a lot of bad guys, though. Do I attempt to hack on this drone? If I come back here, I'm gonna get stunned for like 2 rounds. But I think that's what we have to do here. I kind of want you to come back here, but you're going to get shot on Overwatch if I try taking that move. Next round, you can come back up here and help flamethrower still. You don't have to do anything this round. Let's have you hunker down. And we're just going to take a very passive turn here. I probably should throw an evac zone out. I don't know why I didn't do that already. Another stasis on Bonsai, unfortunately. And here comes a holy warrior from that priest onto the Cooper. This is going to become a super trooper now. At the very least, he didn't give the accuracy to the gunner. I would have been much more scared if the gunner got that accuracy. Eula is going to get stunned here, unfortunately. I was thinking about trying to hack this drone so we can make use of it. But unfortunately, Eula is not available right now. And we have other things to worry about, such as the fact that there's actually 20 enemies on this map, way more than I expected. Good miss from that advent trooper. Here comes the gunner. I hope he misses also. This is a guy that I'm really scared of. Got another suppression, apparently. I thought he would run out of ammo soon or something. Okay, how do we take care of this turn? A pretty bad turn for the squad. Bonsai in particular is in a lot of danger of this advent trooper coming down, followed by that priest double-shotting her. I'm a little bit worried about this, and I might need to run that suppression just so I can use the flamethrower against the trooper. They're both getting suppressed, it seems. Somebody needs to be able to help out here. Is there any way I can just kind of knock out that gunner's overwatch? He's got the fortify perk too, so it's not like we can get rid of his suppression. Jeez, this turn is really rough. You're not actually being suppressed, it's just that there's a Pathfinder on Overwatch. Interesting. I might take that Pathfinder's Overwatch. Now, at first this might seem like we're flanked to the gunner, but the gunner actually has to peek this way and shoot here, so we're actually getting the full purple bonus against the gunner. Strangely enough, but that is how this works. Bit of chip damage there on Isbal. We'll be okay though. Stay alive, Isbal. Stay alive. We need to just control the enemies that we can control right now. Hit off against him. Got the burn. That's beautiful. That's exactly what we needed. And we need to get ready to kill off that drone somehow. I think the best way to get it is to send always gonna throw all the way up here and get ready to use the hand cannon against it. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. That way it won't be able to disorient Eula next round. And some mob over here really can't do anything, so I guess you can either shoot or hunker down. I think we just reload and hunker down. I think they'll reload and a hunker down for now. I don't even know if hunkering down is worth it because they're all just going to focus fire on Isbal anyways. I don't want them to... We'll bank on the 1 in 3 chance that we land a hit. Oh, there we go. Pretty handed. Alright, this guy at the very least won't get to do anything to us this round. That's very good for Bonsai here. Bonsai stepping back up. And it seems like this guy had to reload. He'll reload and shoot. Hang in there, Bonsai. You're gonna be okay. Here comes the assault trooper. Eula's taking a hit to the face. Ouch! No crit at least, so that's good. I hope this thing misses, because now it has to shoot through cover. And it still got the hit. That's annoying. Isbal able to dodge that attack. Good.
You're a buffoon.
Finally, here comes the Pathfinder, taking a shot from long range. He won't be able to get us from that far away. It's really the gunner that I'm concerned about. This guy's on fire for a little while longer. I'm going to probably try and reposition Bonsai next round. There's the Overwatch from that guy. Okay then, I was going to kill the drone with Always Gonna Throw, but I think I actually have to kill the Assault Trooper right now, otherwise somebody is about to die. Maybe you can get the drone. Gunner Overwatch is so scary. Can I get that gunner somehow? How about this trooper? Burning for one more round. He's no longer burning after this round. I need to get you out of this spot. This spot's just terrible for you. There's no way for me to escape from this spot, though. Our transposition comes up next round, so that's kind of nice. I can reload Shield Bash, and this guy will die from that. That actually might be the play here. Reload Shield Bash to make sure this guy dies. You're gonna have to run that Gunner's Overwatch to kill the Surveillance Drone. And then you need to kill off this Assault Trooper. Oh boy, this turn's gonna be really tight. Get up close and personal. It has to be a 100% shot. I don't even think that's a guaranteed kill. Like, you have to roll 6 damage or a crit. So this is like a 80% chance to get that kill. We do get it though, excellent. Didn't get the crit, but we got the 6 damage roll. And after that, we're going to attempt to kill off this drone so we can finally free the roboticist from this hell that is this Advent drone. We do take a shot, but we dodge it. Oh, thank goodness. Those gunners can be really scary when they get their shots off. Alright, try to take this thing out. Excellent work. We're starting to finally pick up a pocket where we can be safe, which is very important for our squad right now. We just need the safety pocket right here. This trooper over here can die from this burn, but it's not guaranteed. I need to bring him down to 2 HP to guarantee that the burn kills him. Unfortunately, this bash is not a guaranteed kill. So the bash at least makes it so that it's like a 2 in 3 chance that the trooper dies. The other option is I run all the way back here, but if I do that, of course, then this trooper has the option to come up to here and shoot everyone in the back. So I think it's going to be up to Bonsai to try to knock this guy out.
Reloaded.
Take a quick reload, Bonsai. Is it better to shoot this guy? Yeah, it's totally better to shoot this guy. Shot is going to kill. The shield bash, however, is not.
Weapons empty. Can't engage.
Alright, and with that, we are in a much better position here. I can actually step over to here and burn that gunner, probably. Or do I back off for safety? I don't know. If I fail to kill that gunner, or burn that gunner, Isbal's gonna go down. I think it should be the optimal play still.
Screw the rules, I have money.
Oh my god, you missed. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Alright, Isbal might be going down here. What's he doing? Oh, he gave this guy the Holy Warrior buff. I think that gunner's totally downing us. Bonsai's still okay, that's good. Here comes the engineer. That guy's on Overwatch. Here comes the gunner. He actually chose a really strange move there. Oh, he's out of ammo! That's so good for us. That's so good for us. Him being out of ammo was the best. Obviously, I had planned that, of course. And Bonsai might still die if they all go on yellow alert. Don't take shots, please. Good. Okay. We're still alive. We're still alive. We are still alive. Let's get Eula back in here so she can start hacking this objective thingy. I do kind of want to pick this up right now. What do we got here? Resistance broadcast and small supply cache. I would like to pick up that resistance broadcast. There is a bit of a problem though. If this engineer comes up and downs her, then I don't have my hacker. I think I should just take the hack even though I don't get to use the system infiltration. Yeah, I think that's a safe thing to do. This mission's already tight enough as it is. If we do anything else, we're gonna get absolutely wrecked. 10 supplies is 10 supplies, but rebels, they can generate infinite value for as long as the campaign goes on, so I'm gonna go for the resistance broadcast. They're just much higher expected value. Didn't get it though. Nice try, but we got the objective. Or the first objective. Now we have to kill everything so we can actually scrap this UFO for alloys. How do we do that now? How do we do that? Or at least how do we do that safely? I'm a little bit worried for Bonsai over here. Bonsai is just not in a good spot. Who's on Overwatch? It's, this guy back here. This should be the last group of enemies. Once we take care of these guys, we should be clear to, have a good time on the rest of this mission. purifier is really scaring me though. I wish I had an easy way to like kill off this gunner, but I don't. Bonsai still needs help escaping from the spot. I think the best thing that we can do here is to first have someone run that Overwatch. It's actually going to be your job right now. I'm going to run you up this way, which might sound a bit weird, but the reason why we're doing this... I can't even flank that guy, never mind. If I was able to flank that guy, I would have done it. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to come down to here, actually. Down to here is ball, run that Overwatch. Good dodge, we did get the full cover bonus from that tree on the way over here. And after that, Bonsai is going to step up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonsai is going to step up to here
I hope it's worth it.
and do a quick teleport stun swap on that gunner. Try to lock this guy down. Just don't have to worry about him anymore. Next round, we're going to run straight into the UFO for safety. This round is kind of just a reposition and stay alive round. Finally got that burn. Okay, that was good. We needed that really badly. This guy should die from that burn in 2 ticks, so I don't have to worry about him anymore. Now all that's left is for us to get the Mauve down here so we can try to get ready to take care of that engineer. I do want that guy dead, if possible. I think I want the entire squad running up here so we can just get ready to kill him off. Get as close as you can, I think. I'm okay with taking a bit of chip damage. I just really want to secure this UFO for our teammates.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I need to kill off that engineer and probably that Pathfinder when he climbs back up here. This guy will die next round. We don't have to worry about him. We're up this cliff, so everything down that cliffside should be safe. This guy does get the smart idea of using the flashbang, which is kind of annoying because it's going to slow us down a bit. Here comes that Pathfinder once more. Taking the shot, but not connecting on Bonsai. Excellent.
Incoming over here.
Hopefully these guys do not reach us. That Purifier will be the first one to run up here. We're going to get as far away from him as possible and then kill him once the rest of our team is able to do so safely. Now, unfortunately, I have to be flanked to that Pathfinder, which is always a scary ordeal, but I really badly need to kill this engineer off so we don't get flashbang next round. Beautiful work. Alright, that guy is downed. Now, everybody else get inside of this room, and we are going to try to stabilize our position, medkit up our tank, so our tank can actually start tanking once again. And I need to get this flamethrower guy reloaded also, so we can actually do stuff here. I don't think the Purifier can... Actually, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure whether or not the Purifier can get me from there. How many medkits do we have? That's a better question. You're out of medkits. You have 1. You have 1. Okay, we have a couple of medkits around here. That's good. What we're going to do is we might actually do the door strats. So we'll get everyone inside of this room, close the door, stand with our bodies standing in front of the door so the enemies can't get in, and stall a few rounds out while we reposition ourselves.
That settles it.
Kind of just get a bit of a breather here, because right now our team really badly needs that breather, I think. Our team is currently struggling right now. Really, really hard, and they just need to get to a better position here. At the very least, the disorients should all be gone. No more CC besides that 3 HP priest out there. We'll get ready to take care of that guy when the time comes. We're just going to take this time to reload up all the ammo in your gun. I keep saying that I'm going to throw an evac zone out so we can leave, but I keep forgetting. Pathfinder's out of ammo. You know it's a really dire situation when the enemy is shot enough times that they have to actually reload.
Watch the sides!
Here comes the Purifier. We might be able to take care of this guy safely from back here. I would love that, actually. Oh my goodness. Yes, please! Can the rest of you guys do that? That's really helpful, actually. Oh, that's incredibly helpful. Can the rest of you guys keep doing that from now on?
I'm going.
That's really nice. beautiful crit right there. Should be able to knock him out next shot. I'm almost out of hand cannon rounds, so I'm going to probably save one up. I would like to get 5% bonus crit chance against all purifiers in the future, though. I'm gonna take this cannon shot. Alright, that guy's finally dead. We need to reload and we need to medkit now. Who has some medkits? We got one medkit over here for the tank, and the tank is the person who's going to need the medkit the most. We got the bonsai warrior there. After that, we're gonna need another medkit for Eula down here, I think.
Maybe.
Do I need to reload or do I need to medkit first? I think I need to reload first, just in case you can act. Could have reloaded there, but that's fine. Here comes the Pathfinder, taking more shots. He is gonna miss that. Excellent. Now then, the remaining 5 plus priest out there. So that's, oh, it's actually 4. Okay, so it's 19 enemies on this mission. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do now. We are going to step bonsai over to here.
It's killing
Take a
time.
quick reload. Everybody else is going to step down here. We are going to do the door strats. So the door strats involves closing the doors, but not just closing the doors. You got to keep your guys standing in front of it, which feels scary because it essentially means that you are completely flanked to the enemies. But it means they can't get inside of these doors, and they can't even target you for a shot. Like, they can't even point and click on you. However, there is a bug with these doors, where the enemies do get to shoot at you. So what you have to do is you have to close the game and reopen the game to have the game reset the map and have the doors function. So I will see you guys in 5 minutes once I've reloaded everything. The loading screen takes a long time, so I want to just skip through this for you guys. Alright then, and we're back. Door should be considered closed now. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start medkitting up our entire squad, stabilizing our position, and waiting for the enemies to gather in front of this door so we can open it, pop out, and kill them all. Ideally, that's what happens. Now, whether or not that actually happens, I do not know. But we're just gonna wait here. Now there's a slight visual bug where we actually get to see all the enemies, but it's not really going to be super helpful anyways, because we'll already see them overwatching in the fog regardless. We would have also seen that from the fog even without the reload there. Good job to the Advent Sentry. He managed to find a way to light himself on fire. It would be incredibly hilarious if he just died from that. Oh, please die from the 3 damage burn. That would be so hilarious. That would be such a great laugh. Just please die from that. The guy right up there. It seems like they're gathering up behind the UFO mostly.
Picking up movement.
Another round to move up a bit. That's actually hilarious. Alright, that's amazing. I love that. Wait. Excuse me? How did he... Okay, well, they know to throw. Apparently they're able to throw stuff into this room. Intriguing. They know to throw stuff into this room. And they can even do so from the back of the UFO. That is fascinating. But they can't shoot at me, because they can't, like, target me. Like, you can't, like, select the enemies for a target. But they're smart enough to actually throw grenades like the player does. Intriguing. My goodness. That's actually really cool. Not good for us, of course, but really cool. We'll keep on topping off our people. We're going to wait for the chill to wear off. These chill stacks are going to lower our mobility quite a bit, as well as our dodge stat. We don't want that to happen. Let's just continue reloading the entire squad, making sure that we're all okay. Note to self when doing this in the future, make sure the enemies don't have like super grenades, which is a lot of the late game enemies actually, so that's something to keep in mind. They should be out of grenades though at this point. And I'll wait for them to position poorly so we can actually kill them. Now, I could do the thing where I open the door and close it repeatedly, but if I do that, I'm gonna have to keep reloading the game, and I kind of don't want to do that, so I'm trying to use this turn with as little of that as possible. I also don't know where that hitman went, he just kind of left. Just comes in, throws a frost grenade, and refuses to elaborate. Where's the Pathfinder? I can't find any of them. Here, let's wait one more round.
見られてる。
Pathfinder is back there. I really badly want to, like, just wait for an opportunity to just knock out these guys while they're not on Overwatch. Like, ideally they're not on Overwatch, otherwise it's just going to be a huge pain in the butt. Can't get to this guy safely, though. I also don't know where the hitman went. The hitman's actually a slightly more worrying opponent. 4 enemies active. I know there's 2 on this side. There was a hitman around here and a frost trooper somewhere up there. I feel like they're just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over. Let's open this door and figure out what we need to do here. I think we just need to suck it up and go for some kills here. So there's one guy on Overwatch in the back. I can stealth you, then I don't have to worry about that Overwatch. Well, I'll have to worry about it once I get up to him, because he'll still have detection tiles around him. Maybe we just suck it up and tank the Overwatch. No, the right answer is we throw a grenade on him from safety. Give me a grenade right there. And I believe the amount of loot we get isn't tied to these crates here. Nice little close-up of always gonna throw his butt. Alright, there we go. Now that we got that grenade on him, he should no longer have that Overwatch. 2 guys around here. I can go for the priest or I can go for the kill on the Pathfinder. Let me see if you're able to help us secure any kills. Really wish I knew where the hitman was hiding. Nowhere around here. Are they like back there? Curious where the hitman is hiding. I'm also afraid of this guy doing his mind control nonsense too. Alright, let's get rid of this guy first. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take always gonna throw, come around the sides, and take a shot on that priest. Hand cannon is not guaranteed. What did I just click? Hand cannon is not guaranteed, neither is a shot, but do your best. That priest is still alive. These guys are like one of the tankiest enemy units out there. They're so hard to kill. They're such a pain in the butt to get rid of.
Alright, I'll
Next
go.
thing that we're going to do here is we're going to take Bonsai Warrior and place Bonsai Warrior right here and set up the one for all shielding. That is going to draw all the fire towards Bonsai Warrior instead of these guys, hopefully. The rest of you guys need to find a way to kill this priest. I'm somewhat tempted to just have Eula standing out in the open and try to like plunge tap this guy if possible. But I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that there's a bunch of other enemies around here that we don't see. So I can't do that just yet, but what I can do though is I can run Eula up to here, so at the very least we can kind of control these tiles here, because he might come up to here and shoot someone in the back maybe. I don't know if he can reach this spot, I don't think he can, but I just want to have someone close by enough that they can reach this fellow. He's gonna fall back. Here comes the stasis. As long as he doesn't do a mind control, we should be okay here. If he does do a mind control, we'll have to like run back inside of there and stall for a few rounds maybe. Oh, they went downstairs, interesting.
It got me.
I like how that Frost Hitman literally just came in here to throw a Frost Grenade and just left. Decided it wasn't worth his time to do the rest of the mission.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi there. Goodbye.
頑張るぞ。
Okay, his stasis didn't activate, which is great. Would have been really annoying if it activated and we had to deal with them. I believe how stasis works is it's based on overkill damage. I don't know if I explained that to you guys before, but in case I didn't, it is probably based on overkill damage. Finally, this Frost Trooper over here, we need to take care of this fella. I'm just going to swap you over there, set up a shield, and that is going to be your job over here to take care of him. Let's activate the Nightfall so we can get a guaranteed crit against this guy. One more kill right there. And this bounty hunter has managed to score 5 kills with their hand cannon. That is 25% bonus crit chance against all of these species of enemies that we've been killing with the rest of the campaign.
You know how much I hate traveling by foot.
Last guy, let's go find him and get some revenge on. Oh, not last guy, there's 2 more guys apparently. Interesting, I thought there was only 1 more. There's the guy that threw the cross bomb on top of us. Where's his friend?
Over here.
He has a friend somewhere down there on Overwatch. We don't get to attack them just yet, but we will get to attack them maybe in the next few rounds. There's a ladder over here and a ladder up there. He's probably going to climb up either here or here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move some mob down here. We're just going to have a couple of people on Overwatch and see if we can catch them off guard. Meanwhile, I'm going to need you. Where's that guy? He's right back there, it seems. I'm going to bring you back up this way and set up the shield.
In cover.
I'm going to continue having you tanking the hits for the team. We didn't get to do this earlier because there were just so many enemies. If you had tried doing that, they would have just shot at someone else or just killed you outright if they all landed their shots. Which is why I was trying to be very safe there. Now, however, we have the opportunity to finally try and kill some enemies off. Get up here. Let's get ready to take care of these fellows.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, time for the mop up. Here comes the Frost Legion Hitman. He's gonna come around from that side, it seems. There's a trooper right down there. The trooper's not too scary. They don't really do a lot of damage, they mostly just inflict a lot of chill. Later on in the game, they'll start doing a lot more damage, but for now, though, they're not too bad. Eula, you want to get a kill here?
What's that?
Beautiful work from Eula. And finally, we just gotta take care of this Hitman. Our swap is unfortunately not available just yet. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have Bonsai just come up to here and just stand right in front of him as menacingly as possible. He shouldn't be able to break Bonsai's shield, so I think that should be okay. Everyone else stand over here and overwatch him. When the time comes, we will finally be able to deal with him. I'm gonna have Isbal get ready to come around the sides and flamethrower him. Everyone else, move on forward. And there we go.
I think I need some help.
Hang in there, Bonsai, you got this. We trust in you. You got this, Bonsai. Now, if I'm standing here, I don't get the flamethrower as a flank. However, if I move Bonsai up to this spot, I believe we get to take cover against Bonsai,
I don't see why
and
not.
then peek around the sides and flamethrower this guy. Oh man, this is peak XCOM right here. We gotta just push out every little bit of movement that you can. Beautiful burn right there, and that GI should be going down. Let's go pick up this loot so we don't lose out on it. This is a full salvage mission, so we should get it, but just in case. And I also wanted to see what we got. Alright, this guy's finally dead. I'm gonna let Bonsai get this kill because Bonsai kind of deserves it. Or not. Alright, Isbal gets a kill then. We could also try to give the kill to the Bounty Hunter. I do want to rank up the Bounty Hunter a lot. Nice shot.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Okay, that was a long mission there. Very, very exciting though. I'll see you guys back in HQ as we scrap together this UFO and take back all the resources. See you guys in a bit. Well, that was one poster right there. I'm very used to clicking fast through these things, but I just saw that poster. That's one way to get recruits into XCOM. Alright then, you guys. We're back home though. Welcome back to our squad. They did excellently. This was an incredibly difficult mission. Way more enemies than I expected. Like 20 enemies? Dang. Or 19. I forgot if it was 20 or 19, but it was a lot of enemies and I wasn't expecting that many. Get some promotions over here. You can finally use Hasten Resolve, which means you get to put up your shield and take an action. Before we were having a lot of trouble deciding whether or not to take an offensive action or defensive action. Now we get to do both. Very important perk for the Hell Knight, especially if you're planning on tanking. Over here, our Bounty Hunter, we are planning on going middle path with this soldier in particular. We'll give you that Dark Knight bonus there. And finally, over here we got Simov. We're going to give you that Ghostwalker for extra stealthiness. 4 Illyrium cores and 30 crystallized melt. That's a massive pickup right there. And we even got ourselves an alien data cache. This is one of the more valuable early game PCSs that you can get. I put these on my snipers all the time. And look at all those alloys and Illyrium crystals. We got so much stuff out of this mission. Oh, that's so beautiful to have all this stuff. So beautiful. Look at all these corpses that we got. Got a couple of the rare ones too, I think. I think we got a Frost Legion Hitman guy and a couple of other things. We'll check out whether or not we can use those in the R&D labs or not.
We're getting thin on manpower, Commander. We should check with Resistance HQ for
Okay,
new
so
recruits.
first things first, I kind of want to see if we can make use of those. Innovative round is from Pathfinder. Seizing round is from Viper. Advanced Assault Trooper Corps. Bramble rounds requires a duelist. Wraith Vest requires a... Oh wow, that's a pretty big investment. Requires a phase drone wreck. Interesting, interesting. It also grants you immunity to fire and crystalline poison. This is actually a pretty valuable vest, actually. Lowers melee damage taken by 2. And the soldier can phase through solid objects. Very interesting vest over here. I'll consider building that one. Auto Mend Weave. Provides +2 armor. Repairs... Self-repairs lost armor points up to... You know, there's actually some really interesting sets of armor here. Especially if I'm planning on doing a tank build. This is actually a very important one for an armor tank. 4 HP, 2 armor, immunity to radiation, fire, poison, and acid. Very interesting vests over here. Doesn't seem like the Hitman Corpse can unlock anything over here, unfortunately. We do have the Advanced Assault Trooper Corpse. This allows me to build something over here. Okay, this is actually sort of interesting, the Magnetic Grenade. It deals as much environmental damage as a frag grenade and has a slightly bigger radius, but can't be thrown as far. If the workshop project is finished, basic Assault Trooper Corps can now be used in the Assault Charger Gene mod. Interesting. This deals 4 to 6 damage, shreds for 1, 4 tile radius, -2 throw range. Can launch targets in the air out of oh, that is interesting, okay. A very unique type of grenade there. I might consider doing that. I might. But, more importantly though, now that we have a couple more supplies, I want to actually set up my second research station here.
Upgraded.
So we can make our scientists do some work there. We've got all 3 of our scientists hard at work in the research and development, as well as the infirmary. Once we get the shielding power coil off, then we should be able to do the laboratory. Sorry if I'm not able to speak properly right now. We just finished a mission that took, like, what? I'm assuming 1 or 2 hours or something. A little bit mentally exhausted right now, especially because of how much I had to focus on that mission. I can start training up an officer. I could do the shinobi here, but I would rather start training up my officers once they hit sergeant rank. Until then, I'd actually rather keep sending them on missions so they can actually rank up faster. I'll start the training for you, but I'll probably end up pulling you out so you can do a mission for us. See if there's anything else we need to do around here. So we finished a UFO mission. I think it was up in this spot. So that prevents Advent from setting up more strength in here and making the missions harder, which is really good for us. Now, I need enough intel to contact the 3rd region. That's something that we're kind of stuck on right now. We're stuck in these 2 regions here. If Advent manages to put too much strength in here, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We're currently trying to find the Liberation 3 mission in both of these regions, I think. We might even already have one running. Let me just take a look. Nope. And nope. Okay, so it doesn't seem like we have one running. I'm gonna find the Liberation 3 before I pick up these rookies over here, so let's just keep on scanning down here. Well, that's a Liberation, but there's only 2 days on that, unfortunately. Oh, you know what I should be doing? I should be putting my advisors back in here. If there's faceless in these regions, I want to be able to detect them. Throw the bounty hunter in for now temporarily. Unfortunately, I can't do the Liberation 3 mission, so we're gonna have to pass this up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're gonna probably have to pass that up. Another one that we can't do. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Alright, this is gonna take 2 days before these two expire and a new one spawns, so I'm gonna take this time to go pick up these rookies. Might as well do that right now while we're waiting. Grab these rookies real quick. Power coil is up. Now, I would build the laboratory first, but we don't have enough scientists to get more use out of this laboratory anyways, so we might as well hold off on that for a while longer. Do we have people to put in here? We do not. I think most of this was gremlins. Let's throw these gremlins in here so they can at least do something relevant here. We got a lot of gremlins in here. Okay, I think one of our people can actually just come out and help dig things out. Let's put someone over here in, I think, the machinery, because I want the 26 alloys. Depends on how long it takes too. This takes 30 days, and the other one takes 45 days. I would rather just have the alloys, so I'm just going to start sending someone down here to start working on that spot. And, ooh, should we build our proving grounds? Power relay here. No, resistance comms is going to go there. And since the laboratory is going down here, I don't think I can actually afford to build the proving grounds next to the research and development. I could build my resistance comms here. That just delays my laboratory a bit longer, though, once I start getting more scientists. I think it's more valuable for me to get the scientist up and running, so I'm probably just going to reserve this for the laboratory. I really want to make sure that as soon as I start getting my 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th scientists, I can immediately start putting them in the shielded power coil. A little bit more valuable to me. Got ourselves a faction hero over here. Let's go check him out. Now, the Templar is considered probably the strongest faction hero. They can do a lot of stuff for the team, including shielding. Right now my game is lagging, but there we go. Hey, look, it's Reshi! This is the creator of, or one of the 2 creators of Beyond Legendary. Tedster and Reshi both worked hard on this content for us.
And turn it against them. I greet you as an ally, facing a
Reshi looking pretty cool there.
My followers seek
I can't do another covert action until we've built our ring, so that is going to be waiting for a bit longer.
Channel this energy, aided by
But let's take a look at our Templar over here once Geist stops talking.
Victim to the elders and their
That's nice, Geist.
We continue to progress
That's
in our
nice, guys.
campaign against the
Can I-
elders, and now we gain
Well, we can wait, guys. We can
as
wait.
a result.
Commander, we currently have no
Okay,
new
Bradford.
supplies coming in. We'll need to seek out new
That's
means
it?
of replenishing our resources.
Okay, that's it. Good. Now then, let's go take a look at the perks that the Templar has. Now, I think the easiest way to explain the Templar perks is probably just to go through each one like this, because there isn't really a set defined path for each one, really. So, the first few perks that they get are going to be Bolt. This is the exact same as the one in Vanilla. It takes only 1 action to cast. I don't remember if it only took 1 action to cast in Vanilla, but it costs Focus, and they start off with 2 Focus points with their default gauntlets. And as they upgrade their gauntlet, they get more and more Focus points, of course. Bolt is going to cost 1 of those Focus points. They've got Rend, same exactly as how you remember in Vanilla. I believe in Vanilla, however, this is a guaranteed hit. This is no longer a guaranteed hit. Unlike in Vanilla, there is an accuracy check to this. And that also subsequently means that this thing can hit, miss, crit, and graze. All of that stuff as well. Now this is a bit different. Unlike in vanilla, where after they attack they get to either use their momentum to move or absorb one shot, they now get something called the Templar Shield. And at first this might seem like a bit of a nerf because instead of being able to absorb any hit, now you have a set amount of shield points. But the amount of shield points that you get from this are actually huge, especially once you start upgrading this. This soldier can easily tank like 2 or 3 shots in one round, and possibly even more depending on how you build them. So this is going to be a very, very fun thing to showcase for you guys because the Templar is an absolute tank. This class is such a monster in Beyond Legendary as well as Ted Jam that it's just like, I don't know, I feel like this is just so strong while like the Reaper class is lacking in like the early game damage output, and then like the Skirmisher is just like kind of good all around. This class is just like amazing, especially once you reach this soul shot over here, which I'm going to explain more later. There's the focus. This is going to be what allows them to build up focus points. And finally momentum, as you guys know, allows you to either move or set up a shield after taking an attack. They also get access to greater padding, which reduces their wound recovery times by 1. Honestly, I don't even think they need this. It's funny how like the Templar just got buffed so much. It's like the developers were just like, yeah, we love all of the hero classes equally, but we love you even more than the others. Alright, we got Invert over here. Stunstrike, Indomitable. So Invert is the same as the vanilla one. We get to swap with an enemy. I don't remember if this works on Chosen or not. Cannot target Chosen, so this doesn't work on the Chosen, unlike in vanilla. We got Stunstrike over here, and we've got Indomitable. Once per turn, gain 1 focus when you're directly attacked. Stunstrike is kind of interesting. You do get a nice stun. Costs 1 focus, but a stun on demand is not bad. I might take that. I usually take Indomitable because I'm busy doing some sort of tank build. But depending on what our bottom row is, I might decide to change that up this time around. We got Meditation if you want to build up focus a little bit better. Adds up to 1 focus to the Templar, requires 1 charge. Gains 1 charge every time the Templar gets a kill. So essentially what this means is after you get a kill, you get to store an extra point of focus somewhere. That's really all that means. Overcharge is gain a bonus aim and crit chance on melee attacks for each point of focus the Templar has. So if you decide that you want to do some sort of more chop focused type of build, then you'd probably want this, and instead of casting with your focus points, you just use your focus points to kind of buff your stats up. You can actually get some really, really good crit chance with the overcharge perk actually. Let me take a look. Yeah, they tell you. Each point of focus provides 10 aim and 15 crit chance. So you start off with 2, I believe. So that's 30% crit chance already if you're maxed out on focus. Once you get to your next level unlock, you get to have 45% crit chance, and the final unlock is going to give you a grand total of 60 crit chance. If you manage to roll something like Aggression down here in the random row, or if you're like me and you have Cutthroat and Predator, then you've already got, well, no, I guess Predator doesn't work on melee attacks, but you have a 15% bonus crit chance here, so with that 60, we have a 75% chance to crit enemies. That's pretty dang good, actually. Brawler over here allows you to take less damage from melee attacks or attacks from within 5 tiles. This is a very powerful perk for a tank build. I use this quite often, and it's very relevant. You'll actually feel the difference if you ever take 2 Templars and build 1 with and 1 without Brawler. A lot of enemies prefer getting up to like point blank range to shoot you too, so a lot of times even the shooting enemies will just end up doing a lot less damage with Brawler active. I'm going to talk about this one last on this row because this is such a cool ability here. You got Reflex over here. When you're fired upon, you gain 1 extra action on the next turn. Triggers no more than once per turn. It's like the vanilla Skirmisher ability. I think Skirmishers get this in vanilla. The Beyond Legendary and Ted Jam version of this also gives a minus 15 penalty to critical hit chances, so I kind of like this quite a bit.
What is most precious to them?
Superior Aptitude and Soul Shot. Alright, and then Superior Aptitude, Ren grants an additional focus point, so if you're really focused on just building up your focus points, this is the way to go. I feel like if I'm gonna do a chop build though, I'd probably not take this, because once I max out on focus, I stop really trying to cast anything, and this kind of becomes useless after you max out on points. If I were to do a chop build, I'd probably take Reflex just so I can get more chops at once. What you'll do is you'll end up running out there, chop a guy, do a lot of damage, then you set up your shield. When they shoot at you, then you get your reflex, and next round you get to have an extra action. Now, unfortunately, I don't think this lets you chop twice because chopping once ends your turn, but it allows you to run much further, though. So that is of value, and the 15% penalty to critical hit chances is always valuable no matter what. With this bonus action, if you were okay with expending your focus to cast stuff, which you should be, because I feel like when it comes to the chop build, you're still, even though you want to have max charge for the high crit chance, it's still more valuable to be able to take your bonus actions and do something like Volt 2 enemies and then go for a third chop or something. Alright, and then the final perk over here is going to be Soul Shot. Now this is absolutely insane. Let's see if it tells you how much damage it does. It doesn't tell you how much damage it does, but let me tell you, this does a lot of damage. And the animation for this is absolutely wild. If you've never built a Templar before in TED Jam, I highly recommend taking Soul Shot. It's just such a cool ability. Like, the animation for this is top notch. I make a effort to just always pick this because you can tell the modder who made this put so much effort into the Templar's visuals and stuff. Next perk over here, we're going to be looking at Amplify over here. Mark a single target with a psionic lens, causing them to take an additional 50% damage from the next 3 attacks. Costs 1 focus. This is a very powerful perk. Once you've maxed out on focus using your Templar, you can easily do something like Amplify into a Soul Shot, and that will just absolutely destroy their HP bar. And the crazy thing about Soul Shot, which I didn't mention earlier, not only does this just pierce through half cover, it also has the ability to allow a momentum action. So you are allowed to use this to shoot something and still set up a shield. And so you can do some really wild combos. For example, if your Templar is standing still, you're allowed to activate Volt, then go into a Soul Shot, then set up a shield, and you essentially get like 3 actions off all in 1 turn. This class is absolutely wild, and you guys should be excited to see this thing. And then to Amplify over here, it does not take an action, it's a free action. It just uses up a bit of our focus. Very powerful perk. With a mod like Beyond Legendary, where there's a bunch of tank enemies and boss enemies, I highly recommend taking this. I'll probably be taking this unless something down here changes my mind. We've got Sixth Sense over here, immune to multi-target and area of attacks. This is really good. I believe Reshi said that she made some stuff pierce Sixth Sense though, so unfortunately this won't work against some of the super endgame bosses, but it's still pretty good. And finally we got Bladestorm over here, exactly the same as Vanilla. An Overwatch melee attack for any enemies that run next to you. I believe this does work with Overcharge, so if you do want to run this, you can take Overcharge and get 100% accurate Bladestorms. Void Conduit. This one I believe is also the same as the vanilla version, costs a focus point, and you essentially stun an enemy in a prison thingy. I don't know how long it keeps them stunned for. It says immobilizing them for 2 actions, so that implies that it's 1 turn, and you get their health back. 1 damage initially, then drain 3 health per enemy action. Void Conduit lasts for 2 enemy actions, 3 turn cooldown. So does that imply that this does 7 damage? Because 2 enemy actions plus 1? I'm not exactly sure how this works. I've taken this before in the past, and it just looks like it stunned them for a round or something. Okay, then after that we got Arc Wave over here. Friend generates a wave of psionic energy in the direction of the attack. Damage increases with Gauntlet here. This is actually pretty wild. It does like 4, 7, and 10, which is insane amounts of damage. Very good ability. I would recommend taking this if you really just want raw damage. Even if you're not doing the sword build, Arc Wave is still really good. And then finally over here we've got Crusader's Rage. Gain 25% damage boost for every 25% HP missing. You really won't be seeing this, the effect of the damage boost too often. The Templar is really a shield tank, so they don't really use their HP as tanking, but they rather get like the bonus HP, orange shield HP thingy. So you mostly won't see that. This is for the wound recovery times, really. You can have up to 6 HP worth of wound recovery times. That means this soldier will always be ready for action in their current state, no matter how much damage they take unless they die. That is actually quite good strategically. You do get to use the Templar more often if you're okay with giving up some really powerful perks down here. I consider taking this if I get something like Sustain down here. I don't know if they actually learned Sustain down here anymore. That might have gotten taken out. Alright, up here we've got Terrorize. Gain a 1-tile bonus radius for Volt and adds a chance to panic enemies hit by Volt. I don't actually know how effective this is. It says chance to panic is 75% and is affected by both the Templar's will and the target's will. So it's got a base 75% chance, and then there's like some battle of the wills. Most likely the enemy bosses will have really high will, so they'll have pretty much no chance of being panicked, but like the little minions will. This is kind of interesting. I can assume that this would probably be pretty solid of a choice if you decided to go for a caster build. I haven't really taken this too much because I almost always take Hardened Shields, so one day I'm going to experiment around with this and I'll finally actually be able to give you guys a good answer on that. Templar Flash. Rend and Arcwave deal +1 damage for every 4 tiles between your starting position and the target. This is a really, really powerful perk. The Shinobi class gets this, and essentially it made them the best class in Long War 2. So, yeah, if that's any indicator of how good this is, now you get to have it on your AoE. That's insane. And I think if it wasn't competing with Hardened Shields, I would almost always pick this thing, actually. But here comes Hardened Shields, the exact same ability that the Hell Knights have. Shields on the Templar reduce damage taken. Reduces damage taken by up to 50% and can't reduce damage by more than 50% of the current shield. So the more shield you have, the more damage you reduce, up to 50% of the damage output. And this class gets such big shields. I think the first rank of shields gives you 5 HP, and I think the subsequent one gives you like either 8 or 10 HP. I think it's 8, and then after that you get like 11 HP or 15 HP. It's some crazy number. Excuse me, I just burped a bit in my mouth. Probably a really disgusting for you guys to hear that. But yeah, a really crazy amount of HP bonus that you get on the Templar shield here. And this Templar is going to be taking hits really well. Let's say you have like a 10 HP shield, including like your own ablative armor. And 10 HP, so I think that would be a 50% of the current shield, so we're reducing all damage that we take by 5. Most enemies in this game, in the early game, are already going to be doing 5, but this is like a mid-late game perk. So let's say we're taking like 10 damage. We're essentially cutting the damage that we take down by 5. That's a pretty big deal. You combo that with other things like the shield protocol from the, what's it called? The Dragoon class, and you can get another further 20% damage reduction. I believe it's multiplicative, it doesn't stack, otherwise you'd be able to get 100% damage reduction, which probably doesn't sound right. But you can reduce damage by a lot, and up to a point where maybe you can even take hits from boss units if you're standing next to them with Brawler. A very interesting perk there. And now for the last few perks over here, we've got Ionic Storm, which I believe acts the exact same way as it does in vanilla, very powerful little lightning storm type attack that blows everything up around you. We've also got Ghost, creating a ghost body from a corpse. And this corpse does not have a lot of the abilities that the Templar has. It is purely there to just rend and absorb a few hits and then die. Just make sure that I'm giving you guys the right information here. It should be the exact same as how it acts in vanilla here. Cast on the corpse of a humanoid enemy. Can I gain the following abilities? Yeah, it's got a bunch of abilities that it can't take from the Templar itself. Just assume that it can only do the chop and shield. Or can it even shield? I don't actually know if it could even shield. It might not be able to use momentum. Yeah, it can't use any shield abilities. Ghost gets most abilities that are tied to the Shard Gauntlet itself and some XCOM row perks. They won't get Pistol, Officer, or Psi perks. They get a lot of perks from the Gauntlet, it says. I don't know if they get Arcwave, but if they do, that actually might be
My
worthwhile.
followers remain in disbelief that any who once
And
served
then
the
this is the new
ever
perk for
truly
Ted
defy
Jam.
their
This is
own
not a
God.
vanilla perk.
We
So
remain
this over here
wary
is called
of their
Apotheosis.
kind. But for
Guy's just talking
now,
over me
their
again. I'll
quest
let
of
him finish
vengeance
talking.
serves our
Something about
purpose.
vengeance and defying false gods. Oh man. Do you guys feel like he's the kind of guy who got picked on a lot in like high school or something? Maybe that's why the way he is the way he is now. It's okay guys, that was like you too when I was in high school. Alright then. Apotheosis, a free action that makes the Templar substantially more powerful for 2 turns. increases all damage by 50% for each point of focus above 2. So the highest level of Gauntlet, which you're going to have at the rank of Master Sergeant, is 4 points of focus, I believe. So all damage by 50% for each point of focus above 2. So if you manage to max out your focus again, you're getting up to 100% damage increase. So you're essentially doubling the damage of the Templar. Increases dodge by 20 for each point of focus above 2. So once again, we're getting 40 points of dodge for the Templar. And we also will have mobility by 2 for each point of focus, so that's 4 more points of mobility. That is an insane amount of stats. Requires a minimum of 3 focus and consumes all of your focus. The Templar can gain focus while under the effect of Apotheosis. So essentially what's going to happen is you're going to activate this ability, drain all of your focus, and then you get to start fighting again. And during this time while you're fighting, your goal is to charge up as much focus as possible so that you can actually start killing things. Things like officers commanding this person, as well as Psi-Inspire from like the sectoids, anything that gives this person more action points so they can keep on killing things with more focus. And once they build up all their focus, they can actually really start taking advantage of this, because their damage output is going to be like, what? Like 20 damage per slash or something. Everything is just going to die in like 1 or 2 hits of the Templar's attacks. So your goal is to just have the Templar run in there and just go to town on things. And they're going to have insanely high dodge stat too, so during that time they'll be incredibly tanky and incredibly hard to kill. They'll just be running in there, chopping things, activating shield, and being unstoppable essentially. A very fun perk. I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to build just yet. Let's take a look at some of the stuff down here and have an idea of what we might do with them. Up here we have Null Lance. This is the exact same as the vanilla Null Lance. Just a straight beam of damage. Pretty solid if you're going to do some sort of cooldown based ability. Got Cutthroat for a buff to our melee attacks. Gain a point of vigilance whenever your squad activates an enemy pod of size 3 or more. Lightning crackles wildly and strikes a random foe. May chain to an additional target. Reaction. Interesting. Effective against robotic enemies. Doesn't seem like this costs focus either. This is just kind of an animation that they use. Probably the same animation as Volt. And you'll be chaining the damage to robotic enemies. That's a very interesting one. I know there's going to be some really dangerous pods out there that are comprised of a lot of mechs, so this might not be a bad pickup. We got Formidable if you want to set up more shielding. 2 extra points of shield HP is always a good thing. Predator over here. This is really only good for the Soul Shot build, which is not bad because Soul Shot is just such a good perk by itself. And finally we have Phantom. This person can also learn some pistol perks over here. I'm actually thinking we're gonna do something with the Phantom, actually. Now, why am I picking Phantom, you say? You guys remember this mission where I was able to ambush a group of enemies with the flamethrower? Well, imagine being able to ambush a group of enemies with like 10 damage on all of them. That's essentially what this Templar is going to be doing. We're going to use our Phantom. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to have one of our teams ambush an enemy during a mission. This person will stay in stealth, and then the next group of enemies that we find, we can use this person to ambush them and do a ton of damage to them also. Pretty exciting build actually, I think. We're going to try this out. So you're going to be taking Arcwave as well as Phantom. And since you have average intelligence, you can probably learn some other stuff. I think a little bit of bulkiness with Formidable is not a bad idea. It combos well with shield, hardened shields. Actually, you know what? We're going to take Templar Fleisch. I usually take hardened shields, but this is one of the times where taking Templar Fleisch might not be a bad idea. A Rend and Arcwave will deal +1 damage for every 4 tiles. So essentially we're going to take this person and run at a group of enemies from very far away and just try to blow them up. Yeah, I think that's going to be our build actually. So this is going to be our starting stuff. In terms of how we're going to support this, I think we would either end up taking Sixth Sense or Blade Storm. Probably Sixth Sense is a better option. If we blow up a Purifier, it won't be able to affect us. Then finally down here, I might need to take Superior Aptitude. I really do feel sad about not taking Soul Shot though, but this might actually work a little bit better for this Arcwave build. Let's look at everything else here first. Meditation, Overcharge. If we're ambushing things from stealth, then having focus isn't exactly something that we're gonna have. Invert, stun strike, indomitable. Let's think about this. We're gonna chop a group of enemies, get a huge AoE amount of damage as well as a Templar Flash. We need ways to generate focus without breaking our concealment. What are ways to do that? Rend itself gives a focus point, but it doesn't actually give us focus points outside of concealment. Overcharge. We do have this, Vigilance. Gain 1 focus whenever your squad activates an enemy pod of size 3 or more. This one's not bad. I think we'll take Vigilance, that way you have some way of charging up your own focus from the shadows. And then maybe we'll end up taking something like either Apotheosis or Ghost. I feel like I should showcase Apotheosis since it's one of those things where you can't see it in vanilla. Most people will probably want to be able to see that. So we'll showcase that. I'm going to showcase Soul Shot, even though it's probably not the best pick here, just because I really badly want to showcase Soul Shot. It's such a good perk. If that's the case though, I need to make sure that I have ways of generating focus for the Apotheosis. It feels really bad to give up superior aptitude for, maybe instead I just go for Ghost or something. Maybe, we'll see. I'll decide on how I want to handle this. I might just go for this. I could also take Apotheosis into a Templar Flash boosted Arc Wave. And if I use Vigilance, then I can allow this person to build up focus from the shadows, so when it's time, they can just have Apotheosis activate by themselves, maybe? Nah, I think we just go for Ghost. It's easier to set that up. Especially if I'm not taking superior aptitude. And then after that, I'm just going to do something like Overcharge. We are doing a melee build, so Overcharge is still good even if I'm not planning on holding all that focus. And then I think we're going to take Indomitable so I can just generate focus a little bit better. This person will still be taking hits even if they're not taking a tank build. So that is going to be our final build here, I think. Alright, hopefully it'll be a good one. I'm also going to consider taking Cutthroat over Vigilance, maybe. I do want to have a little bit of a boost to your melee attacks, and this is a pretty damn good boost. Alright, we'll figure that out. None of this is set in stone. We can always change it up if we want to in the future. This episode is going to be a long one, isn't it? Permanent Entwine. The enemy enhances the muscles in their vipers and related species, as well as training them to better use their bound targets as shields. This allows them to deal 2 more damage per turn to a bound target, gain 40 defense while binding, and have plus 10 aim for the tongue grab. That's a reshi description right there. Okay, well, the Viper binds just got a lot scarier. We'll keep that in mind.
Templars are just as crazy as my brother.
Finish up on those guys over there. Oh, we got a mission. Nice.
Psionic energy that seems to drive them so good.
Alright then, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was quite a long one, but we'll be back for more next time. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I do mean it. Comments are also very much appreciated. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. I read every single comment, so feel free to leave one. And thanks for watching. Have a good night. I'll see you guys till next time. Bye-bye.